Hello everyone, this is Dr. Aditya Gupta. Uh, in this video, I wanted to talk about for all the people who have cleared this year's NEET UG. Congratulations to every one of you. I basically wanted this to be a guide to you and your parents. Please share it with your parents. Please share it to anyone who's watching this, especially with your parents. They might understand it a little better than you at 17, 18 years of age. That rankings are useless. All right. You do not decide your MBBS college on the basis of rankings. Rankings are practically useless. They are made from stuff which doesn't matter to you as an undergraduate, as an MBBS student. All right. A brief introduction about myself for those who are new to the channel. I'm Dr. Aditya Gupta. I did my MBBS, MD, and DM in pediatric oncology, all from AIIMS Delhi, securing a top 20 rank in every entrance exam that I gave. So I have been in this journey. I did my MBBS. I started my MBBS in 2012. It's been 13 long years. I've traversed through the entire journey of MBBS, then specialization, super specialization. So I've acquired some knowledge, a little bit of knowledge about this field, and I want to share it with you. So what I've gained over these past 12, 13 years, the knowledge that I've gained and the experiences that I've gained, I want to share it with you so that you are able to make a more informed and a better choice. All right. That you are able to take a better decision. Right. All right. So first let's start with, does UG matter? You have cleared your NEET UG. Yes, it matters. Sure, you have cleared NEET UG. But let's be very, very honest. In current times and in current age, if you're someone who is not done a specialization and super specialization, you've not done you're not MD or DM for that matter, a person who has only done MBBS, the value is not that great. All right. Sure, you will do well probably in a tier 3 or a tier 4 city or a village for that matter. But if you want to settle in a big town or a big city like Delhi, Jaipur, basically state capitals or big cities of the Dehradun, stuff like that, unfortunately, post-graduation and DM are become a necessity. And with the necessity of post-graduation and DM, a lot of people will end up telling you that UG doesn't matter at all. फर्क ही नहीं पड़ता, बिल्कुल ही फर्क नहीं पड़ता, कहाँ से कियो? Well, that is obviously not true. UG does matter, but PG and DM do matter more. UG matters, but PG and DM matters more. UG has its own set of importance. I would say that for as far as undergraduate and MBBS is concerned, you can divide it into the colleges into two set of tiers of colleges. A tier 1 set of colleges, the AIIMS, the JIPMA, the Mbbs, the KGMU, SMS, these tier 1 set of colleges, and then the other set of government medical colleges, right? Now, if you do it from tier 1, basically more or less similar experience. It's more than teaching, I would say it's the exposure that you get in MBBS that changes you. So if you're someone from a small town, let's say you're from a small town of Uttar Pradesh or Bihar, and you go to Delhi, it is the Delhi which changes you, not the college per se. See, teaching everywhere is, like, this might come as a surprise to you. MBBS में teaching ना professors पढ़ाते ही नहीं है, ठीक है? That's another problem we'll discuss at some point in time another days. But teeth is mostly average or below average in most colleges, okay? You would learn on your own. You are on your own. Spoon feeding is gone. Don't worry about it. That's okay. But what matters from an MBBS college is the exposure you will get over the next 5.5, 6 years from doing. And for that, the city becomes more important as compared to your MBBS college where you're doing it from. Let's take a very simple example. Like rank 1 is always AIIMS Delhi, right? Rank 2 is CMC Vellore, but people don't go into CMC Vellore for multiple reasons. It has a 2-year bond. It's in Vellore. Your growth in a city like Delhi or a Mumbai or Chennai or Lucknow, as these big cities grow you a lot as a human. The metropolitan culture that you imbibe. Now, some people will say that's not a good culture. No, it opens your mind. You can still be traditional, but it at least opens your mind. It makes you aware about multiple things. And this exposure is city dependent rather than being college dependent, rather than being dependent on rankings, right? So let's understand how should you choose your college. What matters? Rankings are useless. What really matters, and how should you decide college? The single most important thing in my mind, this is again my opinion, so obviously you can feel free to disagree. Bond होना ही नहीं चाहिए. The worst thing in world that unfortunately any doctor in this country faces is the bond. अगर है, if it is there, it should be minimal. This is the reason why colleges like, central government institutes like GMC Chandigarh, IMS BHU, AMU, AIIMS, all should be preferred over colleges like any state colleges, even if it is a top rank, top 10 college of the country. For example, KGMU. KGM has a 2-year bond. यार MBBS की जर्नी ऑलरेडी बहुत लंबी है. I told you I joined my MBBS in 2012. In 2025, I'm finally a consultant. It took me 13 long years to be there. And that is when I cleared everything in the first go. When I cleared everything in the first go. UG is 5.5, 6 years. PG is 3 years. Another thing is 3 years. 12 साल से पहले तो कुछ हो ही नहीं सकता. It's a 12 year long. उसको तुम्हें और करना है, ठीक है, तुम करो उसको 15 साल, 20 साल, 25 साल करो. 50 साल के बुढ़े होके ही डॉक्टर बनना, if that is what your desire is. Right? Bonds are useless. Imagine you do 5.5 years of MBBS, then you do 3 years of bond. उसके बाद then you start your MD. उसके बाद फिर से you do 2 year of bond. Right? So you start at 18 years. You complete your MBBS at 25, 26 years. You do your MD at 29 years. Then you do 3 years of bond. I'm 30 years old. At least I'm a consultant right now. You are 35 years. You just finished your MD. Bonds are useless. Stick to colleges which have no bond. Till now, Delhi colleges used to have the advantage that they did not have bond. But from this year onwards, last year, and if I'm not wrong, last year and this year onwards, they have 1 year bond. So, but Delhi and Mumbai colleges are really reputable colleges. They have a lot of brand value. And the bond is 1 year, just 1 year. And I think it can be merged with the JRship, with the post-graduation that you're doing. That's why, or you can also do it post-PG. You can complete that bond after your PG. In that scenario, I would say, sure, maybe you can still consider them good. But most importantly, you should always remember, choose a college which has no bond. This is one of the reasons I would say choose VMMC over MAMC. MAMC will come under the Delhi government. That's why it will have 1 year bond. VMMC comes under central government. It won't have a bond. So stick to colleges which don't have a bond. This is what I know. I might be wrong here, but stick to colleges which do not have a bond. Okay. Second, something which people don't talk about is, like I said, it's not just MBBS, it's post-graduation and DM. Unfortunately, you need to do a post-graduation and maybe even DM. We'll talk about that a little later. You guys have cleared a competitive exam. Out of 20 lakh students, you have 25 lakh students, you have gotten probably a top 50,000, 1 lakh, if you're in a category up to 2 lakh kind of rank. Tough था ना? Competitive exam निकालना आसान नहीं होता ना? Irrespective of, wherever you are from. कोई भी competitive exam tough नहीं होता. अब सोचो, out of these 20 lakh students, these 1 lakh students, तुम्हारे जो बैचमेट्स हैं, जो सारे इंटेलिजेंट लोग हैं, इनका फिर से एक एग्जाम होगा. उसमें जो टॉप 5,000 में आएंगे, उनको एक्चुअली में दे विल गेट अ पोस्ट ग्रेजुएशन सीट. उनका फिर से एग्जाम होगा. उनमें जो टॉप 500 में आएंगे, दे विल प्रॉब्ली गेट अ DMC. So wouldn't it be better if you actually do a college where you have some quota or some form of preference that allows you to, at least the competition reduces a little bit. So there are multiple colleges, for example, Indraprasth University, DU, all these have state quotas. कि okay, 50% reservation हमारे उन्हीं students के जिन्होंने MBBS इस college से किया है. So किसी ने let's say MAMC से MBBS की हो, या let's say किसी ने VMMC से MBBS की हो, when they are preparing for post-graduation, 50% of the post-graduation seats are reserved for people who have done their MBBS only from VMMC and other colleges of the Indraprasth University, which includes your RML, which includes your BSA, which includes your NDMC. So instead of competing with, lakhs of aspirants again, you are essentially competing with a smaller pool of 22,000 students or 1,000 students and trying to get a 50 or 100 rank in that. It's much easier. Same goes for people like IMS BHU, GMC Chandigarh, the central government universities, right? So IMS BHU has 50% quota, for example, in NEET PG. I'll tell you how important it is. If you want IMS BHU, it's a very good college. You want MD medicine in NEET PG, you probably need to get a 200 or 300 All India rank from there, MD medicine. But agar tumne MBBS, if you have done your MBBS from IMS BHU itself, even at a 3,000 kind of, 2,000, 3,000 kind of rank, you can get. So 10x benefit, right? Instead of getting a 200 rank, even if you're getting 2,000, 3,000 rank, you'll still get the same seat. So that's the advantage of having an institutional quota or a PG reservation from where you are doing. AIMS till recently did not have it. AIMS now has something called 20% preference. But this preference is limited to the AIMS that you are doing it in. So AIMS Delhi graduates will get it for AIMS Delhi. AIMS Bhubaneswar graduates will get it for AIMS Bhubaneswar. AIMS Rishikesh will get it for AIMS Rishikesh, first of all. It is not 50%, it's 20%. So this is one of the few things where AIMS has a disadvantage as compared to other many colleges. Alright, still it is not a significant disadvantage. Thoda फायदा होता है. For example, in AIMS Delhi, for example, in the अगर AIMS PG entrance की बात करूँ, if you want medicine, you probably need a top 5, top 10 rank. But someone who's from done their MBBS from AIMS Delhi, they probably will get it at 50th or 60th rank also. So yes, there is an advantage, not as significant as an advantage like IMS BHU or something like IP quota, but definitely an advantage. I would say if I want to categorize it, IP quota, AMU, IMS BHU, GMC Chandigarh quotas, these are better than AIMS quota, which is somewhat similar to the DU quota, which is better than state quotas. The third important thing which people don't talk about and very, very important, your hostels. College से ज़्यादा time you will be spending in your hostels. AC is a necessity in current scenarios. Which is the reason I am willing to say that many Delhi colleges are still a better pick as compared to choosing AIMS. Colleges like BS and MD, MC, while they might not be there in rankings, but you will get IP quota, you will get Delhi advantage, and you will get hostels which have ACs. You might think I'm going to AIMS Raipur and AIMS Bhubaneswar. They are the top 10, top 20 colleges of the country, while NDMC and BSA colleges don't even feature there. But your life would be hell in that kind of heat if you don't have ACs. Especially if you're a North Indian, please consider Delhi colleges over 2012 AIMS. Definitely consider BSA and NDMC. They might not be that great colleges as far as rankings are concerned, but the advantages that you will get are much better as an undergraduate for you as compared to a 2012 AIMS tag. And this brings me to the next part. Tag की value क्या है यार? AIMS जाना है ना? I'm someone who's from AIMS Delhi, so I know what the value of that tag is. The unfortunate truth is that in India that doesn't have value. बाहर है. If your aspiration is to go to US, if you're sure that you want to go to US, you want to go to USMLE route, we'll talk about that as well, then AIMS tag has a value. इंडिया में रुकना है तो उतनी वैल्यू नहीं है. इंडिया में शार्क टैंक में जाना है, श्योर, देन अगेन दैट हैज अ वैल्यू. मोर इम्पॉर्टेंट, एम्स गेट्स यू अ एल्यूमिनाई नेटवर्क विच इज़ वेरी स्ट्रॉन्ग. वो एल्यूमिनाई नेटवर्क के बेनिफिट्स आर देयर, नॉट per se as far as your professional growth in a private setup or a government setup is concerned. Little bit of benefit आपको initial terms में मिलता है. For example, I finished my DM in August 2024. For 6 months, I just did education. I am working as a faculty of pediatrics at DBMCI for NEET PG and doctor tutors for NEET SS as far as DM preparation is concerned. And then when I wanted to join a hospital, again go back into the clinics, then I wanted a best of both worlds. So I was able to negotiate a term with my current hospital, Venkateshwar, where I'm not going 24/7, where I'm not full time, but I'm going 3 days in a week. वो terms better negotiate करने की power definitely tag से आती है, no doubt about that. I'm not going to deny that. पर if you want to be a full-blown doctor in India, tag is not valuable. Tag की कोई importance नहीं है. That's the unfortunate truth. बाहर US, UK में definitely है, इंडिया में नहीं है. तो अगर तुम्हारा मन इंडिया में रुकने का है, देन आई वुड से दैट फोकस ऑन नो बॉन्ड पीजी कोटा हॉस्टल्स रादर देन टैग. आई नो लगता है कि यार एम्स छोड़ूंगा मैं फॉर अ कॉलेज विच पीपल माइट नॉट नो, NDMC लोगों को हो सकता है पता भी ना हो, पर फ्रॉम एन इंडियन परस्पेक्टिव दैट वुड बी अ बेटर डिसीजन दैन टेकिंग एन एम्स, दैन टेकिंग लेट्स से एम्स जोधपुर और एम्स ऋषिकेश और एम्स भुवनेश्वर. That's the unfortunate truth. And ये कोई तो मैं नहीं बताने वाला. A lot of people won't tell you this. Alright. एक और चीज़ I would say, if money, a little bit of money is not an issue. By what I mean a little bit of money, from state preference, you might get semi-private colleges. You might get semi-private colleges, established semi-private colleges, which have around 4 to 6 lakhs in fees, which your parents might be able to afford. अगर afford नहीं कर सकते, then it's obviously out of question. But I would say choose an established semi-private or private college over new government medical colleges. For example, Manipal is an amazing college, right? Many GMER, CRS colleges in Gujarat are amazing colleges. If not amazing, they're good colleges. Instead of taking a newly built government medical college which doesn't have any infrastructure, if your parents can afford this 4-5 lakh rupees per month, per year of fees, which translates to around 20 to 25 lakh, basically anything which doesn't require you taking a loan, then please choose a semi-private colleges over taking a new GMC or even a new AIMS for that matter. There have been multiple reports from AIMS Madurai, AIMS Deoghar. Nothing is there. Nothing exists there. Right? And they took it for the AIMS tag and now they are repenting it. So I don't want you guys to be in that position. If this much amount of money is not an issue, if there's something which your parents can afford, 20, and a lot of parents do have that much amount in their, they do have saved up for that much amount for their children. In fact, I don't have a child right now. Still, I have a SIP running in my future kid's name. Parents do have some amount for your education. If they can afford it without taking a loan, that's why I said, show it to your parents. A semi-private or a private college with affordable fees is better than a new government medical college. It doesn't matter. Like I told you, post-graduation and SS matters more. It doesn't matter in the long run that you did it from semi-private or private if it is a more established college than a government medical college. Alright? Simply by the virtue of being in a government medical college, you don't become a better doctor. It's the patients which will make you a better doctor. So what's the point of going to a government medical college which doesn't even have patients, which is just being set up? Right? Now let's start with some real life scenarios and how you decide. For example, let's say you're from South. You're an Indian from South. Then I would say, if you're getting AIIMS Delhi, then please come to AIIMS Delhi. AIIMS Delhi is the best college of this country. I'll make a video why it's the best college of the country. Everyone knows it. But there are actually many advantages which people just don't know. If you are someone who's lucky enough to get into AIIMS Delhi, please don't miss it. Please be my junior. You will enjoy in the next 6 years of life. It's the best college of this country, probably the best college of the world. But yes, sure, I'm an alumni. I obviously have love for my college, for my alma mater. But let's say you're someone from South, then probably instead of, let's say, going for an AIIMS tag, instead of probably going to say AIIMS Raipur or AIIMS Bhubaneswar, Jipmer is a better college. I think you already know this, right? But I would also say that please consider the second campus of Jipmer. A lot of people don't know that there is a second campus of Jipmer, and the classes are actually same for 3rd and 4th year. So you'll get the Jipmer tag, you'll go to a good place like Puducherry, and you are closer home rather than going someplace north. Over state colleges, please definitely consider Jipmer second campus. If you're someone from North India, Delhi, UP, Haryana, for example, please avoid, if you're getting Delhi colleges, I would say choose Delhi colleges over the AIIMS tag. And this includes colleges of BSA and NDMC, simply because proximity to home, instead of, going to, let's say, AIIMS Bhubaneswar or AIIMS Raipur, you're closer home, you're in Delhi, and at the same connectivity of Delhi is better, and you will realize its importance in case of any health emergencies. Trust me, every second counts. God forbid something happens to your parents or relatives and you have to immediately travel. Bhubaneswar se tumhe flight ही नहीं मिलेगी, train ही नहीं मिलेगी. How will you go? You'll be stuck. And these scenarios do happen. So choose a college which is proximal to your home. That matters. And at the same point, all Delhi colleges unofficially have allowed ACs. So that's a very big plus in my mind. It's a very big plus in my point. पढ़ाई तो रूम पे बैठ के करोगे और गर्मी लगेगी तो पढ़ोगे कैसे? Then how will you become a doctor if you don't study? Second, let's say you're someone who's focused nahi yaar मेरे को US, I want to go to US. Then in that case, AIIMS tag matters. Then please choose AIIMS Jipmer over state colleges, over Delhi colleges or Mumbai colleges. Alright? Always avoid bond colleges. So always choose an AIIMS. Even if you're, let's say, getting AIIMS Gorakhpur will also become decent, by the way. So even if, let's say, you're getting AIIMS Kalyani, AIIMS Gorakhpur, I would say prefer it over KGMU. KGMU is a 2-year bond. Right? Let's now take the example of Rajasthan. Now, Rajasthan, the best college is SMS Jaipur. You're from Rajasthan, you might be knowing about it. And let's say you're getting a 2012 AIIMS or even a 2019 AIIMS like AIIMS Nagpur, AIIMS Bathinda. In such a scenario, if you're a USMLE aspirant, I would say choose AIIMS. 2-year bond of SMS is like, I think, around 10 lakh rupees. If your money isn't constrained for that, I would say definitely choose AIIMS. Choose a 2019 AIIMS. Even if it is a 2019 AIIMS, for example, you're getting, let's say, SMS Jaipur and you're getting AIIMS Bathinda or AIIMS Nagpur or AIIMS Guwahati. I would say choose AIIMS. Definitely choose AIIMS. However, if money is not an issue, if you can pay that 10 lakh bond, then SMS Jaipur becomes better because, if I'm not wrong, SMS Jaipur's hostels allow ACs. And the academics are much more relaxed and they are much more prudent for you as compared to AIIMS. So again, like I said, depending upon what you want and what you desire and what your parents want from you or where you're from, your decision will change. There is no one size fits all. If you're someone from Punjab and Haryana, I would say choose GMC Chandigarh over 2012 AIIMS. If you're from someone from East, again, I would say, then it becomes tough. Let's say it's a Kolkata college versus AIIMS Kalyani Guwahati. till recently people would have told you that Kolkata colleges le lo, but I am going to tell you something different. It's probably in, take that college which allows ACs. Kolkata college allow करते हैं ACs, तो Kolkata ले लो. एम्स गुवाहाटी allow करते हैं तो एम्स गुवाहाटी ले लो. दोनों ही नहीं करते, let's say both the colleges don't allow ACs, then AIMS is a better choice. Why is AIMS then a better choice? Because these colleges have grown, their infra is better, their reputation is better. At the same point of time, Kolkata mein, this is why it's becoming important. Kolkata mein, you might have 50% state quota, West Bengal colleges, but that state quota comes with a 3-year bond. AIMS mein, you won't have any bond. So like I said, bond is very important. So in that scenario, going to AIMS Kalyani or Guwahati might be a better choice. But agar Kolkata ke colleges mein AC is allowed, AC is allowed, then please choose AIMS, like Kolkata ke colleges. Very important, right? So, and very important, tag के लिए कोई नया AIMS join मत करना which don't have OPD. For example, Madurai. Choose a relatively, even a 5-7, any college which has an OPD running, at least try to choose that. Obviously, if you are in a scenario where you're getting only a college which doesn't have an OPD running and you don't want to take a drop, then obviously that makes sense, then you join. But if you're getting an option between a established state medical college and a very new AIMS which doesn't have an OPD running, I would say choose a state college. Don't do the mistake of कि मैं AIMS tag के brand के पीछे भाग रहा हूँ. So what are the rules you will follow? Bond and PG quota is more important than ranking and tags. ACs are important, 5.5 years. If ACs are not allowed, at least the college should allow you to stay outside in a PG where ACs are allowed. Okay. AIMS tag helps in USMLE, in Shark Tank entrepreneurship, but not in India. And avoid extremely new AIMS and GMCs. Maybe semi-private is actually a better choice in that scenario if your parents can afford it. So these are the ways where you will actually decide your college. In the comment section, please put down what do you think, what is the option that you are getting. If I feel I can answer it, I'll definitely answer it. I hope you enjoyed the video. I have another playlist of the first year MBBS, the things to do, what not to do, what books to follow, what are books followed at AIMS Delhi. You can go through that playlist also, previous playlist on the previous videos on this topic. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you and have a nice day.